Developments. The Indian capital, Delhi, is to close its schools for 3 days from Monday because of pollution levels that are 70 times as high as the World Health Organization recommends. Hundreds of people staged a demonstration protesting at the smog levels, wearing masks, as advised by some schools. The National Environment Minister has described it as an emergency situation. In response to the smog, building and demolition work is also banned for 5 days.
I've been a citizen of Delhi for 30 years. Never have I felt this way. Especially you're on the ground level, it's better. You go up to a 3rd story, 4th story roof, you have to take 3 steps backwards.
We are all concerned about our private lives, but there is public indifference. The public needs to be aware that our children are suffering. We're all suffering. Our children can't go out there, climb trees. We make large parks for the children to play in our schools, but we can't send them out. We have red days. The children are locked behind doors, prisoners behind their masks. That's not education as we know it. So we educationists should do something to change that.
I'm here to fight for my right to breathe. I feel prisoned at home because of health advisories that I can't go out without a mask. So I think it's high time we realize that we need to do something about pollution in Delhi.
Let's speak to the BBC's Nitin Srivastava now, who joins me live from Delhi. It does get really bad, doesn't it, the smog in Delhi sometimes, but in all fairness to the government, and particularly the local authorities in Delhi, they have made numerous attempts to tackle the smog, including cutting down the number of cars allowed on the roads.
Well, that is true that there have been recent efforts in the past, but the fact remains that such heavy and intense air pollution in Delhi and neighboring areas has been a phenomenon for the last more than a decade, if I may say so. And I must admit that besides taking recent measures, previous governments, they have not really done enough to curb pollution, air pollution, not only from the emissions which emanate from the vehicles, but also from the nearby areas. So there's a huge rural areas which surround the capital Delhi. There are several states like Punjab, states like Haryana, big states like Uttar Pradesh, and there is rampant crop burning happening in most of these states in this season especially. So that is precisely the reason which leads to such heavy smogging, if I may say so. So this is more of smoke and more of fog and haze coupled together in this kind of a weather, which creates a zone wherein there is no passage for such poisonous particles to move away. That is precisely the reason. The government, of course, has been talking of efforts. They have been talking of emergency alarming situation in the last 2-3 days. But I think that has not been enough. Now they talk about closing schools. Now they've been talking about closing the biggest thermal power plant, which is nearest Delhi, for 10 days. They talk about heavy punishment on crop fires, on burning waste fires. But I still feel that the angst of people, that the uproar which is there, for example, the top trending hashtag on Twitter in India this morning has been hashtag Let's Save Delhi. I mean, the situation is believed to be the worst in terms of air pollution in the last more than 2 decades. So I think the government seriously needs to sit now after this problem is over, as and when it gets over, and seriously need to draw upon a long roadmap to check and curb air pollution.
Nitin, thank you for that update. Nitin Srivastava there for us in Delhi, suffering from